Why do many people dislike Blake Lively? Her darker side is shocking. Recently, rumors of discord between Blake Lively and actor Justin Baldoni have intensified. During the promotion of the film It Ends With Us, she ignored the issue of domestic violence and displayed a very arrogant attitude. A journalist named Kirsty Flaw commented that Blake has always been this dismissive, and then she uploaded a 2016 interview video. In the interview, Kirsty congratulated Blake on her pregnancy, and Blake responded with a disdainful tone, repeating Kirsty's words in order to mock Kirsty's small belly. After the video went viral online, negative news about Blake began to surface continuously. People discovered that this blonde Barbie was not as perfect as she seemed. It turns out that many celebrities dislike her.
Blake Lively is on everyone's mind right now, and for once, it's not because she's a stunning it girl. I've honestly never seen Blake step out without looking supermodel perfect and setting fashion trends. But rumor has it, Blake is a mean girl with a messy dating history. She's all over headlines for the absolute dumpster fire and behind-the-scenes drama for her new movie, It Ends With Us. And even worse, she dragged her hunky hubby into it. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds has had a lot more to do with her movie than anyone even knew, including the movie's director. And now he could be in some really hot water for his involvement. So what did Hollywood sweetheart Ryan Reynolds do that was so bad, and what's the deal with Blake Lively drama? Pull up and get comfy, and I'll tell you all about it. There are pretty much two movies that everyone's talking about right now: Deadpool and Wolverine, and It Ends With Us. So Ryan Reynolds and his wife Blake Lively should be on top of the world. But that's being overshadowed by the drama going on with Blake. What does Blake's movie have to do with her husband? Well, Blake actually did an interview with E! News at the premiere of the movie last month, and she said that Ryan wrote one of the most iconic scenes in the whole movie and that nobody knew about it.
Ryan's here tonight. What is it like for the both of you to be promoting major motion pictures at the same time?
Oh my gosh, it's just so thrilling in our house right now. We help each other, we work together so much. So the iconic rooftop scene in this movie, my husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but you know. But he wrote it. He works on everything I do. I work on everything he does. So his wins, his celebrations are mine, and mine are his. I mean, he's all over this film.
That sounds super cute and everything, and you could be like, oh, they support each other so much. That's love right there. But also, there are a lot of legalities and stuff involved with making a movie, and they sort of just threw that all out the window and disregarded it. Christy Hall is the writer who adapted the book into a movie, and she's got a screenwriter's credit on the movie because of it. And she did interviews talking about the rooftop scene of the same night Blake dropped that bomb on everyone. That's a problem. She told BuzzFeed, as a writer, probably the most difficult scene for me to crack was the rooftop scene. I have to say, Colleen wrote it perfectly. I wish I could have just lifted it from the pages and put it in the film, but it's a little too long for film language. After Blake said Ryan wrote the scene, people of course wanted Christy's thoughts about it on the record. She said, I am very proud of my work, and I do feel like the beats that needed to be honored in that scene are preserved and they're there. Again, Colleen did it best. She did it first and it's from her. I do think that scene is a really beautiful reflection of what she penned from the beginning. But she also said that she had no idea Ryan wrote it. There were a couple of things that I thought had been improvised, like when he says, pretty please with a cherry on top, and she talks about the maraschino cherries. When I saw it cut, I was like, oh, that's cute. That must have been a cute improvised thing. So if I'm being told that Ryan wrote that, then great, how wonderful. That great, how wonderful can be taken two ways. Either she really doesn't care that Ryan wrote it, or she's being really sarcastic here. I mean, Christy worked at this and presented it to the world only for Blake to come along and say that Christy wasn't the only one who wrote it. I'd be salty too. Like, who gave him permission to do that? Blake? Did she even have the authority to let him write that scene? Or are they just assuming that they're famous enough that they don't need authorization? See, it seems pretty shady when you get into the details of it. She also said, there were a few flourishes that I did not write, but I assumed that they had been improvised on set. But again, like I said, the moments that I felt like needed to be honored are there. So I recognize the scene and I'm proud of the scene. And if those flourishes came from Ryan, I think that's wonderful. But you know who doesn't feel that way? Justin Baldoni. According to E.T. can confirm that Ryan Reynolds writing a scene for It Ends With Us that made it into the final cut of the film did indeed come as news to Justin Baldoni, who only found out after Blake Lively revealed it in a red carpet interview. See, Blake acting out that scene and not telling people that Ryan wrote it made her seem like a genius actress. In reality, her husband wrote it and she just reenacted it. And that has people saying she was making some shady moves behind Baldoni's back. This person said, that's nasty work. They had no respect for him. Another said, I love Blake and Ryan, but this is out of line. Stick to acting or make your own stuff. Don't use your influence to change a project you're a small part of. This person said, yikes, this is so unprofessional and quite frankly condescending. I don't even like Baldoni, but as the director of the film, finding out that the praise for a scene in the movie you directed is not going to you, but to a coworker's husband, and finding out his involvement in the film at the same time as the general public is too low. Like pure mean girl behavior. It's almost like Blake just can't help herself. Variety magazine reported that this whole debacle could be a Writers Guild of America violation. The WGA did not respond to a request for comment about whether Reynolds' work is a guild violation that could spark a credits issue. Though movies can have uncredited writers, rarely would the director be unaware of it. The writer's credit isn't the only WGA violation that people are talking about. Production for It Ends With Us started 3 days after the Writers Guild strike during summer last year. Ryan knows such things because not only is he a member of the WGA, he got writer's credits for both Deadpool 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. So the man knew he wasn't allowed to be a writer for this film from May 2nd to September 27th last year. Now, if you know anything about the book, then you probably already know that there's a sequel called It Starts With Us. But for that to happen, there's probably going to be some major changes. One source said, "This is uncharted territory and nobody has an idea of what a sequel would look like. There's probably no world where these two would work together again." Justin has said he probably won't be the one directing the next movie. He said, "I think there are better people for that. I think Blake Lively is ready to direct." There have been rumors that Justin and Blake don't exactly get along, and there are some videos of the two on set that seem to be confirming that.
Street with Justin Baldoni whilst filming the It Ends With Us movie in New Jersey. A new video surfaced where we can see Blake Lively having a heated confrontation with Justin Baldoni.
It's really no surprise that the two aren't getting along. The way they handle the heavy subject matter of the movie is completely different too. One source said he just hired people that he trusted, but Blake really wanted to have her fingers in every little thing, which is fine, she's executive producer. No one was upset by that. But I think she was kind of taken aback by how laissez-faire Justin was. If you haven't found this out already, It Ends With Us is about a love triangle situation, but it's not some cutesy rom-com despite Blake's insinuation that it is.
Colleen Hoover, and It Ends With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
It's a movie adapted from a book written by Colleen Hoover. Now, full disclosure, I haven't read the book or watched the movie because I've dealt with some stuff in my life and I think it would be triggering for me. But from what I gather, it's about a girl named Lily who falls in love with a guy who is really abusive to her, but also falls in love with an old flame who isn't abusive to her, so she has to make a decision to leave the abusive guy, which is really difficult for her, because she's in love with him and it hurts her to leave him as much as it does to stay. Anyway, another major criticism that people have about Blake's publicity tour for the movie is that she used a movie about domestic violence to promote her new hair care line, Blake Brown. She actually launched the line the same week as the movie, and reviews for it are pretty bad. People just don't dig the design of the bottles. I mean, whose shower are those designed to fit in? Definitely not mine. But you could get over that if it actually made your hair healthy and feel good, right? Apparently, doesn't do that either. Even worse, it's actually drying out some people's hair. That's definitely not what you want a nourishing shampoo to do. What's Justin doing during all of this craziness with Blake? Well, he's actually not talking about her, but he's made his stance on the movie pretty clear. He made this empowering post on Instagram. "Dear survivor, you embody resilience and courage, qualities that shine bright even on the darkest days. In the tapestry of your life, each thread tells a story of endurance, strength, and hope. Every step forward you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your unyielding spirit and an inspiration to others. You may not always see the impact you have, but your journey encourages and motivates, lighting the path for those of us still searching for the lights. While I can never fully understand your pain and all you have endured, I want you to know that you are never alone in this fight. We are with you. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, and in your thriving, you inspire us all. May your journey forward be filled with moments of profound peace, and may you remember that as you fight for joy, you are liberating us all." Damn, Justin, doesn't that hit you right in the feels? See, all along while Blake has been underplaying the DV in the movie and the serious topics, everyone's been saying that she should at least acknowledge it and say something like, "I've never personally experienced this, but I empathize for the people who have." And that's exactly what Justin did here, so at least someone's talking about the DV aspect of the movie in a mature and empathetic way. Anyway, TLDR with this video is that Blake Lively's been dropping the PR and promotion ball for the It Ends With Us movie all over the place. Ryan Reynolds has made some Writers Guild violations to participate and work on the movie, he might get hit with some serious repercussions, and Blake and Justin Baldoni probably won't work together anymore. So now I want to hear from you. Do you want to see a sequel to It Ends With Us? Do you think Justin Baldoni will get on board with the next movie, or that Blake will direct it herself? What do you think about Ryan Reynolds working on the movie's script but never telling the director about it? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!